Hello, we're Team Metafusion and we're going to take you on our journey of understanding of what is Metaverse and how do we and others feel about it. We all had various thoughts on what Metaverse meant. Some of us started from scratch and others started with bias from previous experience. The adoption curve explains how technologies tend to be adopted by users over time, breaking the users into sections depending on how quickly they adopt. As Forbes 2020 explains, diffusion of innovations is a theory explaining how, why, and at what rate new ideas and technology spread along the adoption curve. This is important because investors are more likely to back technology that is quickly going through the early stages of the curve. One of the ways investors can track scope and pace of adoption is by quantifying the social mentions of a technology or brand. As you'll see from this curve, our team are starting off in numerous positions along the curve. Have a think about where you might sit with the knowledge you have so far.
The first internet, Web 1.0, functioned like a digital library where users could read rather than create content. Web 2.0, the internet we know today, is about user-generated content with interactive 2D technology connecting people digitally. The Metaverse is the next evolution, a Web 3.0, an immersive 3D virtual world which instead of simply being viewed, will be experienced as if it were reality.
We hand over a lot of information to these virtual reality platforms while most of us aren't even fully aware of what information we're given out about ourselves. For example, some platforms like Spatial even record a video of your real-life surroundings while you're using their application. It stands as a reminder to always try and be aware of what information you're given out about yourself online.
Who owns the Metaverse? The answer is everyone and no one. Just as no one truly owns the internet, no one person or company owns the Metaverse. But there are companies and people who hold a massive sway, like Meta, Microsoft and Shopify. The most crucial factor for creating an elaborate visual universe is staring at this very screen right now. Yes, we are all the creators of the Metaverse.
The rules of the Metaverse are not yet written. The speed and the scale of the technology is completely outpacing the government systems designed to safeguard people and regulate the technology. A virtual world doesn't have the geopolitical boundaries used to govern the real world. So who regulates these spaces? If it's built by individuals, will they police it? Or will people become ever more dependent on big tech corporations to safeguard their welfare?
With so few people working at the cutting edge of this technology, do they truly understand what they're creating and what that means for the general population? For many, they are jumping on board with a surface-level understanding of the complexities of metaverses. Is this part of a larger campaign by companies such as Facebook, now known as Meta, to help push metaverses through the adoption curve more quickly? As you'll see, some of the team have begun to move along the adoption curve, and others are still holding tight. Whilst you think about where you are on the curve now, here's what others have had to say.
Yeah, that wouldn't be my thing. I like the disconnection where it's on my time and I have control of it. That sounds a bit too in-depth for me, where you're completely immersed in it and you can jump between platforms.
If there's some constraints and maybe legal frameworks and data protection around how it's used, then may be comfortable about interacting with it.
It doesn't feel like it's a healthy way to exist, like to live, to create a reality which is not at all real.
Defining the Metaverse is no easy task. When you Google the term, you'll find several definitions. Time explains the word was coined in 1992 dystopian novel Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson. From our research, it is evident that the term will not be defined by one single person or company, but by many, and evolve over time.
I'm in because I want to know more, and I'm out because I think it sounds kind of scary.
Out.
I am out, but I don't think we'll have a choice. In the future, we'll all be in.
Out for the moment.
Despite some reservations on kind of ethics and safety and security, I am in.
Definitely out.
You're in.
out.
In summary, some people are on board and some people aren't. Really, we feel the question is more around how on board are you? It's not as simple as yes or no. A lot of users feel pressured by technology, that if they don't get on board, they'll fall behind in everyday life. As human beings, we invite you to reflect on how you feel about metaverses, emerging technology, and what that means for humankind. Thank you.